I've put all that information out there. I begged him to watch Follow the Republic and all this. He's a policeman for 32 years, retired. I mean, he very honorable career, very honorable man. It's just, you know, I don't know if
he associates himself with the government. So because he's good, the government must be good, and that's what the Germans did.
Yeah, and you know, and I, myself as a government employee, as a part of the U.S. Marine Corps, you know, it took me the last couple months to start really realizing what you were saying, and as soon as I did, I went, Jesus, I mean, my God, what is going on? And I really started looking at it. I didn't believe you at first. I went and verified everything that you were saying, got on the White House's website, all that stuff, and I just went, my God, this guy's correct. And I just want you to know, I mean, I'm a member of Oath Keepers, you know, all that stuff. I put the word out to my guys, and please don't get the impression, I don't want you guys to think that, you know, just because, you know, we're standing here in uniform as uniformed Marines, you know, there's a whole other thing going on here. We swore an oath. I've been sworn in twice in 8 years, and the oath that I took said all enemies, foreign and domestic. So
let me ask you this question while we have you, John, and we appreciate you, and we think everybody in the uniform are good, not bad. It's the leadership that's been taken over by foreign offshore banks. Thomas Barnett is a top War College professor, and he brags how our military works for offshore banks and Wall Street, and they clearly want to use the military against the people. It was wrong in Waco. It's wrong today, and there's nothing wrong with you saying you're going to follow your oath. But at the same time, we need good men and women in the military, and we don't need you to get in trouble. So be sure and, watch your P's and Q's there. But at the same time, you mentioned that you are aware of training to run checkpoints with the police. Tell us about that.
Once again, I'm not going to put out any unit information or anything like that. I don't want to violate operational security, but we have military police that work very closely with Department of Homeland Security, with Border Patrol, also with out here in California, also with the California Highway Patrol. They roll out on accidents. They roll out on shooting calls in conjunction. As a matter of fact, the military police recently in the Marine Corps, as well as across the branches of service, have they've contracted, and I'm not sure the name of the company, they've contracted with a civilian agency, because you go on through any of the access points on Camp Pendleton now, and I found this is Marine Corps wide, as well as Navy. Throughout the Navy, they're getting rid of the military police, and they're going to a civilianized gate guards. The guys that patrol through Camp Pendleton as part of the military police are...
Hold on, do 2 more minutes with us, and we're going to go to other calls. But specifically, though, did you hear about them going off the base, running checkpoints with police? Totally illegal. We'll be right back. Stay there, John.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
When I say foreign offshore corporations are overthrowing the United States, they are. They set up a police state. They're using the military and police domestically. They're putting regular Army and Marines in police departments. It's in the newspaper, but it's being very quietly announced. And you notice the training with John, we're going back to him. He said, well, I don't want to give up any of our operational procedures. See, we shouldn't be having discussions about operational procedures with the American people as if we're the enemies. And I'm not saying John's saying that, but that's what that term signifies. I remember when we interviewed the Alice police chief in South Texas on the coast. Whenever I talked to the police chief of Alice, he was a former DEA agent, he said, yes, there were foreign troops in the town and the drill, but I'm not at liberty to give you operational procedure for security reasons. See, the foreign Czech Republic troops, we found out, they could train in America terrorizing people, and under NLE 09, they now admit it's to use foreign military in America. That's FEMA.gov. They can train to do that, but we are the enemy, so we can't know. And I always could report to you we were the enemy, but now we have the DHS report. Now we have the Homeland Security report that we broke, that was given to us by law enforcement. federal and state troopers and then feds. We can now talk about this because it's now mainstream media in everyone's face, and we now know it is veterans, gun owners, conservatives, people that want us out of the UN. We the people, Declaration of Independence, we the people that are defending the Bill of Rights and Constitution and Declaration of Independence are saying no to the end of our liberty, the end of our freedom. And if that isn't what our military is for, to defend the Republic, what is it for? But John, closing comments on that, and I do want to ask you, you said rolling out with police. Is that rolling out off base? Because it's been in the news in California. Marines do go off base and aid the police. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Our military police handles a large section of the Interstate 5 freeway that runs parallel to Camp Pendleton, and military police does tons of training every year with state and local agencies, San Diego PD, all that stuff, LAPD. So it is being done. It's just never really reported. So it's under federal agreement with these agencies. But like I also said, and we have tons of foreign military all over Camp Pendleton all the time. We get the Koreans that do regular training down there. I've personally trained with some foreign military units who I won't name, but as part of some of our urban warfare stuff that we do.
And that's one thing if it's for offshore use, but they're more and more admitting. Like when I went to urban warfare drill in '99 in Oakland, California, the Marines there admitted, including Colonel Love, that this could be foreign use or domestic use, and they had foreign troops with them there. And I just want to expand on that and point out, do the Marines in your unit, are they aware this is a conditioning process to be deployed on a wider and wider field in the U.S.? I mean, do they ask why at the Kentucky Derby regular Army run out on the field with sidearms to run security?
Not as much as you would hope. I've been trying to put out as quietly as possible, put the word out to the people in my unit that I have the most direct contact with in a leadership position as much as I can. And a lot of them are starting to go, my God, we have no idea. And looking at this, and I really wanted to thank you again for putting out your video, the Follow the Republic, because that's what I've been using, and I've put it out to as many people as I can quietly on the active duty side, and got nothing but positive feedback. They all said, hey, if you talk to this guy, tell him thank you very much. And we are going to uphold. There's many of us we're going to sit here and uphold the Constitution that we swore to defend, that we swore an oath, that I swore an oath twice, because I re-enlisted, and that's what we're here to do. And if that crazy order comes down, I know people right now that are saying there's no way I'm going to start rounding people up. I know guys that have 4 or 5 years left to serve, and they're going.
Well, here's the good news. Here's the good news. That's not going to happen because you're there, and that's why the globalists are so angry. That's why they're creating a new domestic military force just as big and just as strong as our military